This episode was fucking amazing that I had to put on my arrow hood. Let's talk about this.
Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 5, Episode 9, What We Leave Behind. And wow, man, this was a great mid-season finale. I was blown away twice towards the end of this episode. There were two things that blew my mind that I was like, what? That I did not see coming. Well, one of them, I guess, is I knew beforehand, but I kind of forgot. So then when I saw it in this episode, I was like, what is going on? And then they end it like that. And let's just get, into this. First, Prometheus, we still didn't really get to see his identity yet, I don't think, but we do get some facts on him that he is somebody from the past who Oliver murdered his father back in season 1 of Arrow, when Arrow was going through his father's diary. Oliver was going through his father's diary, those lists of names, and it was actually really cool that we got flashbacks to season 1. I'm 100% sure that wasn't an episode from season 1, but it was sometime within that time frame, very early on, because Felicity wasn't even part of the group yet, and I liked seeing those flashbacks and how they were coming, sort of tying back into what was going on in the present day, because that's what made those flashbacks back in the first two seasons really good, and it looks like that's what this season is doing really well with the flashbacks once again. I think that's why they're once again really interesting. So we still didn't get to see Prometheus's face, though. I thought they would have revealed it there at the end, and I have some new theories now. I'm gonna put the Tommy theory away because I no longer think it's Tommy anymore. I think it's somebody else, somebody we have seen on Arrow, and I have two suspects right now, which I'll maybe get into a little bit at the end because I want to talk about some other things first. I thought it was really interesting that Prometheus went after Curtis first, and that kind of, starting from there, Curtis's relationship starts to crumble in this episode. Paul, his Curtis's fiance or husband, I guess right now, wants a divorce. He wants to break up. He doesn't like the idea of Curtis going out there and not knowing if he'll make it back, or does he? That was the aspect of the episode that was probably my least favorite, because I felt it was too soap opera-ish, and it took me out of everything else that I really wanted to see more of in the episode. Like, what happened to Artemis? She kind of disappeared midway through. It was revealed in this episode that Artemis is a traitor. Finally, Team Arrow now knows about that. I thought that was really nice. Finally getting that out in the open. I hate when secrets are kept for too long. But the identity issue, it's an issue that I think a lot of people have within Flash, and it's also an issue I think a lot of people have within Arrow, that almost everybody knows everybody's identity. Thankfully, I think with Curtis, though, he only revealed his identity. I don't think Paul knows that Oliver is the Green Arrow, though maybe he can kind of figure it out by this point. All of that stuff was really cool. I really liked how the twist at the end, I guess I should talk about that, right? The twist with Oliver thinking he's fighting Prometheus at the end, and Prometheus lures him into this, abandoned room where they crash in. By the way, the stunts in this episode were fantastic. The action sequences were top notch. Definitely some of Arrow's best action sequences to date is this season. You can tell this season is definitely pushing the limits on the action sequences, which I love. But going back on what I was trying to talk about, when Oliver shot the arrows at who he thought was Prometheus, it actually turned out to be Felicity's boyfriend, her new boyfriend. and that shocked me. That my jaw dropped. I could not believe it. I had to run downstairs, see my brother because my brother's watching downstairs, and I had to talk to him with him about this because it was crazy. I wasn't expecting it. It was like, wow. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't expect it. And then Prometheus is like telling Oliver that I'm going to make all of them they're all going to be hating you by the end of this. I want to make you suffer that you're going to wish you want to die. Like, whoa, man. This has to be more than just Daddy being killed by Green Arrow issues. And he kind of even hinted at that during that little short talk on the roof before they started going at it. So it makes me wonder, what is going on? Why does he want to like ruin Oliver's life this much? And he said it's more than just that. So it makes me curious, what else does Oliver not know that this guy really wants to get him for all of this? And thankfully Felicity, I thought they would have started with Felicity by making Felicity hate Oliver. Thankfully they did not, and I think they heard a lot of the complaints that we hated the idea that Felicity got annoying, was like blaming, because if she was in a relationship with Oliver right now, that's it, soap opera time, guys. We're gonna see Felicity holding grudges against Oliver, not forgiving him. But because this was not in a relationship situation, it felt like the Felicity that we know that would have been forgiving, it would have understood the situation, and that Oliver had no choice. And I really like that group talk at the end, and when he went in for Diggle for a hug, Oliver and Diggle were hugging. I thought that was really great emotional stuff going on there. That's the kind of drama I want from Arrow. I don't want the soap opera, relationship trouble drama. I like the drama where it feels like the trouble is getting to these characters and they're having to deal with it. That has nothing to do with the relationships. The relationships that we like with the supporting characters are when they are actually supporting the main character. I think those are some of my favorite moments in any of these types of shows. Obviously, we can't wrap this up without the end. That big reveal. Oliver heads back to the Arrow Cave, and who does he see? Laurel Lance is standing there, and she's like, "Hey, Oliver, remember me?" Or she said, "Hey, Oliver." But I would have added that just for jokes. I thought, obviously I was like surprised, and then I was like, oh yeah, I did read something that she'd be back in this episode. That was cool, but I'm sad that we didn't get no explanation on her. They just left it like that. That's how they ended it, and then they had the music. Dun 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 dun. This episode was awesome. I'm gonna say that much. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. I really did love this episode. This was a great way to end the first half of season 1. I am super excited to see how this is going to develop into the second half of the season. I can't wait for explanations on this, Laurel. Is this the Laurel from Earth 2? Or is this a cause of Flashpoint? I have no idea. But I am very excited for more explanations on this, especially the Laurel Lance situation. I hope they don't get rid of her. I want Laurel back on the team. I know this might not be the Laurel that we knew, but this is going to be a different Laurel, I think. So it will be interesting to see how they're going to explain it. Just don't half-ass it like you did with Oliver's resurrection when he came back after Ra's al Ghul stabbed him. Remember, because his wounds were frozen or something, and he had the strong will to survive. Don't half-ass whatever you're about to pull. just go with it. Just give us the best explanation you can with this character, this little twist at the end, because I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Tell me what you thought of this episode, because I like to hear what other fans are saying. I'm always checking Twitter and stuff and message boards that I go on, talk to other fans. And subscribe to my channel if you are a huge Arrow or Flash or Legends of Tomorrow fan. If you love this universe and like this video. I think I said that. I don't know, but I'll say it again. And until next time, guys, until January when the new episode of Arrow comes back, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, and don't worry, I have other things to do while Arrow is gone, like reviewing Rogue One, which comes out in theaters next week over here in North America. That's going to be freaking amazing. And until next time, guys, take care.